Hey y'all, it's Taryn. It is Sunday, June 10th. Welcome. I hope y'all have had a great week and that you got lots of stitching done. I had a pretty good week. I got some stitching done. I don't know if I could say lots. Not as much as I had hoped to get done. I thought yesterday I might be able to just hang out and get some stitching done and be lazy. Same thing for today, but that's not ever how it works out. So we had to change the master cylinder on the Mistress yesterday because honey just won't stop. So we got that done and then had to go back and do some additional stuff on it today, bleeding the brake lines and stuff. Yeah. I love working on cars, but it's been done, and working on them yourself makes it so much more reasonable to be able to get that stuff done. If you are willing to wait on parts, they cost about a half to a third of what they cost if you go to the parts place, and it's just crazy what lots of people want to charge, and it's hard to trust people. So anyway, that's what we've been doing, and I still have some of the oil under my fingernails. Yeah, that ain't right, y'all. Let's see. This week, got stung by a scorpion on my arm right here in the middle of the night while I was sound asleep. Yeah. I didn't feel him actually sting me. I felt the way it feels when that spreads in there, that pain that it causes. It's hard to describe what kind of pain it is, but it just kind of radiates out. And that's what woke me up, was that pain spreading like it does. I was trying to use my phone to see if I could find it in the bed, and I woke Dax up. And Dax is not a nice, just woke up person, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I just got stung by a scorpion." He was wide awake and not complaining about what I was doing at all. He had the lights on. He had blue light. We looked everywhere. I know we looked for at least 30 minutes and probably more, and we never found it, which meant that I don't know, it took probably an hour and a half to fall back asleep. So, yay. Lots of fun. What else happened? I had a dental appointment. I'm having an implant done. I had the tooth pulled probably a couple of years ago, and I keep putting off the implant because I have terrible teeth. I've had so much work done in my life, and I've hated every bit of it from the time I was a little kid. So I avoid it, and I've just been putting it off. But Dax finally, I guess, has had enough and is making me get it fixed. What else? Oh, on the way to the dentist's office, got in the big fat middle of road rage. Some guy that was on his phone texting, I guess, thought Dax slammed on his brakes in front of him because we were approaching a red light and Dax was slowing down, and I guess the guy wasn't paying attention and he had to slam on his brakes. And the light turned green and the guy came around us and cut over right in front, almost hitting us. And this is on a road where we're going like 55 or 60 miles an hour. The guy slams on his brakes, which Dax had to swerve to miss him, and it was ridiculous. And eventually the guy pulled into a gas station, and Dax is all like, "Should I go? Should I go over there and confront him?" And I'm like, no, you shouldn't. You should take me to the dentist. I'm stressed enough about having to go to this appointment, and you're going to do, we're going to play this game on the way there. And then even when we left the appointment, the appointment was in Austin, so driving from Austin back to the office in San Marcos, there was some guy that he kept changing lanes, and I don't know, he probably pulled back in front of us 4 or 5 times, and there wasn't always room for him to do it. Several times Dax had to slam on his brakes. I was a nervous wreck by the time we got back to the office. My nerves were shot. I went and drank a big shot of whiskey. That's how I was just done. And I had a headache from all the adrenaline. It was ridiculous, y'all. Ridiculous. I didn't want to go to the dentist. So, anyway, I go back on July 9th. They're actually going to put in the post. This visit was for measurements and the screening and to make sure that there's enough jawbone and to put the post down into and all that kind of stuff. They keep telling me that we're going to knock you out because they asked me if I wanted general or if I wanted to be knocked out. And nope, you knocked me out. All the way out. They keep assuring me that I won't have any pain. I don't feel like you can put a metal screw down into a bone without there being some residual pain, but we'll see, right? I think that's about it. Abigail graduates on Wednesday. This next Wednesday she's supposed to. We were hoping to get to go out to Phoenix and see her, but I don't think that's going to happen. With the way our schedules are, we would have to fly out there late Tuesday night and like get in probably it was around 10 o'clock on Tuesday night, and then we'd have to leave at 6 a.m. on Thursday morning, and it was a lot of money to do that, and that just didn't feel like it was worth it. If we could stay a couple of days and maybe get to see Abigail a little bit more, that would be worth it. If I could hit up McKenna and we could go to the attic and do some shopping and silliness, that would have been worth it. But how we're going to have to just be out there and turn around and come home, it just wasn't worth it. So, anyway, since Abigail's going to be based in Houston, she has more training, so she doesn't even get to go home or anything after Wednesday's graduation. So I'm not really sure when she gets to be done. She graduates and then has more tests to take, and then she doesn't know where that test is going to happen yet, and then she's got to be in Phoenix for some more training because of the fact that she's based in Houston. And then she goes to Houston for more training, and then she gets 5 days to move to Houston. So, but it's okay because both of her grandparents live in Houston. Both sets of grandparents live in Houston, and she's got rooms to stay. So I'm pretty sure her rooms are already prepared and waiting on her. She said she's going to just go back and forth between them so that they don't get tired of having her around. So I guess we'll see how that all works out. Addison and her boyfriend made it home from vacation safely. I think they had a good time, so I guess that's what counts, right? Wyatt is going to start, I don't know if it'll be this week or next, interning at an attorney's office to see how that works, see if he thinks this is really, being an attorney is really what he wants to do. So everybody's got stuff going on. Oh, and for all of you who left such lovely comments last week about Kirsten's design on the shirt that I had on, thank you very much. It is greatly appreciated. Okay. And Ingeborg, for your comment that you left last week, That made me laugh. If my daughter reads my comments, she's going to be horrified by the idea that her parents even have sex. So, but that's pretty funny. Okay, stitching. I did do some stitching. Not as much as I wanted because of car repairs, but I did do some stitching. I worked on my Santa out of the Celebrations to Cross Stitch from 1991. This Santa. I think that since last time there have been some, like there were some little blank spots that I filled in. But I think that I've come up here and done all of this. This is part of the rabbit, and this is part of his hand. His hand right here, and then the rabbit's face up there. I think as I work on this, I'm going to, like when I get the rabbit done and I know there won't be any more stitching, that I will back stitch it just so that I can see the rabbit instead of these weird blobs. So it'll look like something, because that'll make me happier. I worked on this little beehive. This was my new start on the 1st. This is a free pattern from Janlin, janlin.com. And I got quite a bit done. I work on it a little bit here and there. I haven't worked on it every day. But last time, I think I just had like this leaf and the outline of that flower. So I got quite a bit done. This, sorry, things are sliding off my desk. This right here is the entrance to the beehive. It's that part right there. So I've gotten these 2 flowers and this done. I need to put the leaves down here on the bottom of this one, but it'll happen. I had the blackout finish in the middle of that flower, so I just went ahead and dropped down and did the little door since it was touching. I worked on my linen and threads. Oops. Take 2. I worked on my linen and threads. There you go. Overall, I am on the July band right here. The middle of this bee right here is the middle of the band. So I'm almost halfway on July, and it's not even halfway through June. So that makes me a little bit happy. I'm hoping I can get farther than that. By the middle of June, that I can get past just being halfway. And this down here, right, this and this, those are all part of August. I think last time I just had like 2 of these and that little thing or something. And I know that if all these stitches that I have here for August, if I put them up here in July, I'd be well over halfway. But then I would finish July and I wouldn't have anything done on August, and I would be just like, ugh, I don't have anything done. So I go back and forth so that I can play those little head games with myself, because myself needs them. It's ridiculous, really. Really ridiculous. I worked a little bit more on the July 4th from Plum Street samplers. I always want to call them Plum Creek. Sorry, I'm dropping things. And I added in maybe another line or 2 on the white. I don't remember, but I know I've done this blue. And as you can see, when I counted out to do the blue, I'm 2 stitches short on the white. And I didn't come down to work on this next red line because I don't know what I did with that color. So I guess I'm going to have to go buy that color. Hooray. That, I believe, is all the stitching that I've done. I believe that is. Like I said, I had hoped that I was going to get to spend a large portion of my time this weekend stitching, and I should know better than to hope, because, yeah. But it's all good, right? I thought, because I pulled out things since it's getting closer, we're into June, I pulled out stuff for July 4th, and I thought I would show you. If you haven't gone back and watched old videos, I don't blame you. It's just as easy to do this. Show them again. This one I made last year, I believe. It is filled with little plastic pellets, so it's really squishy. Like beanbag tic-tac-toe, that's what it feels like. It just has the star print on the back. This was a free pattern. I think it was from Glory Bee. The really neat thing, this was really quick. The red and the white go, can you see that? Maybe it'll focus, maybe not. They're 2 stitches, they're 2 rows tall, but only 1 row wide. So you get to cover a whole lot of space really fast with that. And then I have my, I finished this one last year. My Uncle Sam, he was a bear. He's not a hard pattern. I started him twice on linen, and I hated it both times. So I gave up and put him on a piece of, it looks like it's coffee dyed Ada. And he's stitched onto here, and then the buttons are just sewn on. A little banner. This, and he's got a dowel rod in there, and there's a hanger on here. The banner that I used is the end of a table runner that I got at Target, I'm sure. I used the, I had used the table runner to make this project bag, and this was a leftover piece for the other end that I put him on. And then I have this little pillow. It was a kit that I got off at Etsy from somebody, I don't know. Embroidery. It says I made it in 15. It's apparent, looking at this pillow, that the cat has been sleeping on it. It is covered in cat hair, but I didn't clean it off before I did my video. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. I have this. I did not stitch this piece. I got it on Listia because I hate to see, nobody was bidding on it, and I hate to see things like that happen. So it was stitched. I just put the little border on it. Little red polka dots on the back. Oh, I'm sorry, they're stars. They're not polka dots. And I know it's red on 3 sides and blue on the other, but, you know, flag, blue, red and white, yeah. I know, does it work if you have to explain it? Maybe not. That is all, folks. That is all. I have one purchase. Kim in Canada, are you listening? This came in. Every birdie welcome. Yes, Kim. Yes, I will stitch along. I'm sorry I'm so far behind on my videos, but yes, I will stitch along. But, Kim, please stitch along. Don't be a Colbin. Don't be a Sherry. Don't be a Stitch Erase. Stitch along. Because they like to finish things before I even get started. Yes, they do. So please stitch with me. Actually, it doesn't matter. You can beat me. It doesn't matter. Let me know. I'll kit it up. Anybody else wants to? I mean, come on. She knew. Look how cute that is. And it says welcome. Why wouldn't I want it? It's freaking adorable. So let me know and I'll get it kitted up if you want to. Anybody else want to stitch along? This is Every Bird Welcome, designed by Diane Arthurs from Imaginating.com. So I don't know if you can get it there. I bought mine on eBay. I found it. So there you go. I'm Ready Kim in Canada. Eh? So I think that's it. I think that's really it. Thank you, everyone, for your likes, your comments. Again, thank you for all the kind things y'all said about my daughter's design. I hope that y'all have a wonderful week. I hope we all get lots of stitching done. All of us, including me. And I'll see you here next time. Thanks, y'all. Bye.